40 down, 40 to go. Rhode Island Interscholastic League Division III Boys Soccer Championship, Ponagansett St. Ray's. Saints trail 2-1, looking to win their second straight title and what will be the third in program history, all since 2019. Ponagansett looking for its second and its first in 41 years. Jake Levin back alongside David Blanchard, Robbie Johnson producing, and Scott Tooker up top. He is on camera, and a good look early for the Chieftains. A little breakdown by the Saints defensively is going to lead to a corner kick about half minute in.
That's exactly what you want to see from Ponagansett. They're not going to sit back and play defense for 40. Instead, what they're going to do is they're going to try to look and make this lead even larger and really put St. Ray's on their heels because you've already seen them rush chances.
Yep.
Get another one, and they're really going to start rushing.
Good placement on this ball, looking for somebody like an Etheridge. Instead, you find somebody like Gavin Langlois, and he scores! And I name Etheridge as a guy who's tall, and if you have the ball high enough, he can head it home. But hey, Langlois slips through, and in the 41st minute, it's 3-1.
And again, I mean, right there, that's what you want. You got a goal within a minute, and now St. Ray's, who is already rushing their opportunities to end that first half, now they really are going to start rushing their chances. They still shouldn't. You have 39 minutes. You've shown that you can score against this team. You know you can score against this team. Go out there and execute. Don't rush, or else you're going to fall behind even worse.
It was Owen Allen on the dead ball corner kick. So 2 assisted goals now for the Chieftains. Obviously the third was that PK from Cristiano da Silva. LaSalle took Division I. North Smithfield took Division II. Division III up for grabs. Coming up later on, 7 o'clock. Scheduled start between Woonsocket and Mount Pleasant for the D4 title. That'll be your lineup of champions here in 2023. Almost a swing and a miss there by Jackson DeRosiers. He's able to recalibrate, at least gets the ball across midfield for Ponagansett. That's going to be a foul. That's going to be on, I believe that was Carlos. So free kick right at midfield, served up near side. That was for Adrian Diaz, unable to control it. Ball sputters, and here's some space for Etheridge. He's going to slow the tempo. A little more of the responsible brand of soccer right now, with a 2-goal lead for the first time for the Chieftains. We've seen them push, push, push. Maybe this is what they're going to do after all on the reset. McEntee from the left wing goes all the way across. There's Gavin Langlois. His drop is for Patrick Ferns. Kicks one off a back, and that's going to lead to a corner kick. Second of the half for Ponagansett. We know what happened the last time.
Body language right now is massive. I mean, if you look at any of the kids on St. Ray's, they're all, after that ball went over the touchline, they're all just, they look like they're defeated. It's only 3-1, and you have 36 minutes left in this game. On the other side, Ponagansett, I mean, they look, they're continuing to create chances because look how they're playing in this game for starters, and then on top of it, they're also executing their plays well, and they're happy with the way that things are going. So clearly their body language is energetic, whereas St. Ray's is just kind of going through the motions, it looks like, so far to start this second half.
Ian Etheridge did have a look on that last corner, albeit not necessarily on the header from in close. It was out around 16, 17 yards. Shot sailed wide, but Ponagansett working its way back up near side. McEntee trying to get a level on Durango Ramirez. He kicks one towards the bleachers, up into the stands, a lucky fan. And they throw it right back.
Yeah, no souvenirs. Need as many balls on that pitch as possible.
McEntee outside for DeRozers, and just a miscommunication there. Maybe even just simply a miscue. And it's going to be a goal kick for the Saints. Plenty of time left, and we've seen the Saints capable of getting upfield in a hurry. But now we see Pontiac with a 2-goal lead. This is something we spoke about earlier, David. It's tough to beat a team 3 times in one season, especially 3 times in less than a month. These teams didn't play until October, so it will be about 5-6 weeks when all is said and done. Nevertheless, hard to do.
Yeah, one of my favorite examples is always going to be the 2013 National Championship game for Division I men's ice hockey. Quinnipiac University, which is my team, lost
Bobcats
to the Yale Bulldogs, their rival of just down the street of Whitney Ave in New Haven, obviously Quinnipiac being in Hamden, Connecticut, but they beat them 3 times, twice in ECAC play, beat them again in the ECAC semifinals, and unfortunately when it came to the national championship game, Yale beat them. And it just went to show that it didn't matter how many times they faced each other or who the better team was all season long. Sometimes it's just who's better in that one single game. And right now it's showing that Pontiac is playing as the better team in this game. Maybe not all season long, just this game.
The path seemed to be a little more open for the Saints after their nemesis from Scituate was knocked out by these Chieftains, did the dirty work, and they still may be able to reap the rewards. But slipping through ahead now, that's Adrian Diaz, and broken up by Pontiac.
Now, he caught that on his right foot, and it looked like he got a little caught under him, and he wasn't able to get a shot off. But goal kick for Pontiac, who was able to defend that away.
Scituate swept St. Ray's in the regular season. Their only 2 losses. Talk about maybe St. Ray's would have had a hard time losing to Scituate for a 3rd time. Not to be. Here's Etheridge dancing around. Gives it away, though. That's Chartier. Up ahead, Adrian Diaz. Tried to cross back up. Steadily played outside of the box by Eden. There's Etheridge. Quick exit pass for McEntee. Out of play by Rosa.
You want to start to kill time just a little bit. Don't, run down their throats and try to create that goal-scoring opportunity. Let it happen naturally. I would have liked him to just play that ball right down the flag, right towards this flag on the near side here. And really just, again, you want to try to kill time. I know there's 32 minutes left, but you could also create an opportunity from that, rather than dribbling the ball right into more defenders. You're not going to dribble through everyone.
That was that straight-ahead pass we saw earlier, the connection from Reginald Brown to Angel Sanchez. Chieftains sniff it out this time. This is Brown. Shakes one back. Etheridge back in the midfield for Pontiac. It's Chartier. His shot was blocked. He gets it back. Adrian Diaz sprinting ahead, and Paxton Allen collides with Diaz, and oh my goodness, it's going to be a PK for St. Ray's.
That's an odd call. I know he did make a sliding tackle and have the ball first. The ball popped free, and that's when he ended up clipping the St. Rayfield's player there. But I don't know. To me, that's like a 50-50 in all honesty. I don't know if that really is a penalty, but again, I could see you arguing it either way.
Travis Chartier going to take this PK for St. Ray's. Huge moment in this match. Excellent opportunity to get one back if you are the Saints. Chartier launches. Chartier scores. 3-2. Pontiac's lead back down to 1. 5 goals in this match from 5 different scorers at that. This one comes in the 49th minute. Still 31 to go. St. Ray's right back on the attack. It's Adrian Diaz sliding up that time and making the stop. Paxton Allen.
Again, it's one of those where they're showing a little sign of life, and almost, if the flag doesn't go up, almost another opportunity there for St. Ray's.
Each team with a penalty kick goal.
We haven't seen one all day. Not a single penalty awarded all day.
Yep.
We get 2 in the same game and 2 converted.
They might get Etheridge for a handball.
I don't know if it was handball or if it was just a high foot where he had he brought up his foot all the way towards his own head, really. I mean, he he got it up there, and there was a St. Ray's player that tried to play it with his head. So
inside 30 minutes to go in regulation. Nice ball inside the box. Allen plays it on one hop. Short kick from Allen. Still does its job. Gets over Chartier. Sprinting along. That was McEntee going tumbling back in coverage. Lucas Rosa. Throw-in awarded near side for the Chieftains. It'll be Owen Allen searching for an option upfield. McEntee. He goes through the wickets of Daniel Martinez. Right back from where it came, another throw-in.
And this is where gamesmanship comes into play. These subs, you want to just take your time, running across the field, you know. Kill off about 20, 25 seconds. Doesn't seem like a lot when there's 40 minutes up there. Right now, 29 minutes, but trust me, it does add up.
This ball is in for Jake Carlos. Back out towards the center circle. Tiago Ramos had his head up. Far side Langlois. Ramos with the takeaway. Trying to spring one. That's Adrian Diaz. Chartier goes off to the left. Rosa unable to keep it in the field of play. Chartier knocks down the throw-in. Gets it ahead to Reginald Brown. Brown through the seam, and Allen blows a tire there. Still rolls on top of the rock.
That looked exactly how the penalty, leading up to the penalty kick did, where he like you said, he rolled around. Thankfully for that, for him that time, nobody was running straight on top of the ball and over him, or else he may have given up another penalty. He's got to be very careful with that.
The relatively short kick, Reginald Brown, along with Angel Sanchez, able to take it away. Ramos exploded off. Now Ramos going to look back towards the middle. Playing up in the midfield, deflected by Etheridge. Chartier emerges. Chartier rolls one outside, intended for Ramirez Durango. Last touch by a Chieftain on its way out. Chartier, the most recent scorer of the match. Comes to the middle for Riera. This is out of play, and it's staying St. Ray's ball. Throw in for Daniel Martinez. Ball rolls out of play as Owen Allen gets down to the turf.
Yeah, right now, all it's about is staying tight on defense for the Chieftains. Don't allow them too many more scoring opportunities, because then you're going to start seeing them rush those opportunities again once the clock hits about 15 minutes.
Michael Riera lets this one roll out of play rather than risk a mistake. It'll be a throw-in. A little extra yardage for the Saints now into the offensive side of the field. Martinez came in for Sanchez. Sanchez for Brown, looking for Silva. Ball still loose. It's rolled off the side of the net by Adrian Diaz. Really good look.
Such a great opportunity. And again, it's one of those where you hang your head, but it's like the chance earlier that we saw from Cristiano da Silva, and not exactly it's not the exact same play, but it's one of those where you really should have capitalized. You didn't. Hang your head for now, but it might just come back to play later on.
Adrian Diaz has been leaking through the Pontiac defense on a few occasions. This one's for Daniel Martinez. Trying to square back up Sanchez around the penalty arc. Couldn't leave it for Brown. Riera retreats and gives Cristiano da Silva a little bump on its way out. All the possession right now seemingly belonging to St. Ray's. They still trail. Official directing Martinez to back up just a little bit.
Shouldn't be a little bit. That was about 10 yards. It's one of those, though. If you get away with it, it works out for you. But if not, I mean, worth a shot.
Sanchez for Silva. Silva, quick look back for Diaz. Didn't anticipate it.
That ball's on the mark. That's probably in the back of the net. That opportunity was so good for St. Ray's. But, again, it's an extra touch just in front of the goalie trying to come out, and then the pass back it's off the mark. They're not rushing their chances yet, but they're not executing them well enough.
Tripped up inside the penalty area, and I think another PK has been awarded.
Yeah, he went down. I mean, there's no doubt about it. It's looked a little more embellished than I would have liked it from a reffing standpoint, but he went down, So it's one of those 50-50s. Personally, I don't call it. But, again, like I've been saying all day, I'm up here, they're down there. They have a better view. From what I could see, it looked like he threw himself down a little bit trying to get the penalty.
Once again, Travis Chartier from the PK line. He'll shoot, and he will clang iron. It caroms off the near side post. Pontiac retains a 1-goal lead.
And again, body language. We had someone on this near side right here just sitting down, almost like, oh, yeah, he'll score, no problem.
And the putback. The rest of the Saints keep going. It's Angel Sanchez. Body language goes both ways. The Chieftains get a little too confident, perhaps, after the post. Angel Sanchez didn't hear no bell.
I was just trying to say how, like you had mentioned, St. Ray's, they were showing this body language as if, all right, well, it's a penalty. We're going to score, duh. Goes off the post. What are you doing? You're sitting on the ground here. You're not ready for the play afterwards. And then, like you'd mentioned, Pontiac, it's like, all right, good. We got away with something here. They put it off the post on a very easy chance for them to score and tie this up. And they just laid back and allowed them to try again. I don't understand it both ways. It's like the game did not end there, but now we're tied up at 3 with 22 minutes to go.
It's a brace for Angel Sanchez, first player with multiple goals in this contest, and we are tied 3-3. Pontiac trying to renew its attack. And there's another thing, David. Whether that was a worthy call of a penalty kick or not, the Saints have dominated possession over the last 15 or so minutes of this match.
Oh, yeah, and again, they had to. They had to push. You know, I mean, they have the momentum right now, and again, it's one of those where I said, you're down 3-1. Don't rush your chances just yet. And look, they haven't been. They've been executing them, or at least trying to execute them as well as possible, and that's why they climb back into this game. If they rush those chances and those opportunities that they've been given all half here, it's still probably 3-1. And again, maybe a little bit of controversy from, most of, is it a penalty, is it not a penalty, on probably both. But at the end of the day, it's what the ref calls.
Thiago Ramos, here's Paxton Allen exploding off his line to neutralize the threat. Adrian Diaz leaking through to this near side right. Hamilton Silva taking control on the left, and you got the two-headed monster operating in the middle between Angel Sanchez and Reginald Brown. So many weapons for this Saints offense. Not to be lost is Travis Chartier, who I know he missed his second PK. He has one, and he is very involved in the middle attack. No whistles in that sequence. The center circle, Jackson DeRosiers. Chieftains had a 2-goal lead in the 41st minute. A strike from Gavin Langlois, and Pontiac has got to be careful defending inside that 18 right now. Here's Ramos. Ramos goes for Sanchez, looking for the hat trick. Won't get it that time. Rolls on for Allen. Chartier, he wins a 50-50 battle. He's going to fire, and it's wide to the near post.
They're looking for a corner. They're saying it was tip, and I guess talking to the ref had worked because he's awarding that corner.
No, this is going to be a goal kick. It looked like, I was wondering the same thing. You're seeing this also now that Paxton Allen is not taking all of the goal kicks. He's letting one of the backs handle it. This time going to be Jake Carlos. I believe that's 37 back there.
I also thought I saw him pointing to the corner, but I must have been wrong. I could have sworn he was. That's odd.
We are more than halfway gone in this second half. Call it the fourth quarter. We're all square, 3-3. Reginald Brown up the middle. Patrick Ferns ladles one back ahead. Both De Silva and Etheridge on the field for Pontiac, two of their more dangerous strikers. Speaking of dangerous, there's Sanchez. Angel Sanchez fades all the way off to the left. Lengthy possession here for Sanchez. He'll fire, and it's high and wide. Goal kick coming for Pontiac. Ball first hit by Chartier. Here's Angel Sanchez. Sanchez tried to serve one up for Brown. Chartier for Ramos. Right back for Ramos. Ramos will roll one, Allen, the stop, and he exploded off his line to really bring it to a halt. Short kick, Chartier heads it right back from where it came. Near side is Silva. Silva, a floater. Allen around the 6 makes the stop.
That's a solid ball, I'll be honest. Obviously, for it to be a even better ball, you pull that a little bit farther out, but again, you never know. He could drop it right in front of him, so it's a great ball.
Daniel Martinez up over midfield. Jumping the route well is Ferns. Ferns up the near seam. De Silva going to try and run it down for Pontiac. Along with McEntee. That's out over the back line. And I think, I thought it was touched by Pontiac. The official said otherwise, so corner kick coming. They had the better look.
Yeah, like I said, all day I've been saying it, and I'm going to say it again for the fourth game too. They're down there. They got the better look.
Oh, yeah.
I can say whatever I want from up here. I'm just like the rest of the parents and fans watching.
We're better than that, David.
Well,
his ball is bound inside the 18 box. No connection with a Chieftain. They do maintain possession, albeit way out near the center line. Here's De Silva, somehow ahead. De Silva back to his left foot. It's blocked. I think that Julian Diaz did get a piece of it.
I'm a little surprised that was not called offside. It looked like, from up here he was.
De Silva's been close a few times now, but both times the officials have kept the flag down.
Yeah, he must hold his line pretty well then. They're saying offside on this one, though. He was saying offside on that last play, which also didn't seem it. So I'm a little confused, unless he was just putting up his flag. Oh, you know what it may be? He may have got confused and thought the sub was supposed to come in, but you can only sub when it's your throw, and I think he realized afterwards.
You may be right. First trip into this offensive third in quite some time for Ponagansett, which I don't believe, other than its goal, has a shot on goal in this second half. McEntee.
Not on frame, I want to say. I was trying to think about that. Sorry, Jake. But, not on frame. I think a couple minutes later they had won that just nearly.
Cross for De Silva. The header is wide. Good look.
And opportunities like that is exactly what I mean. Is they have them. They just, again, like you said, they're not on frame. I do want to mention, just because we're now 15 minutes from time expiring here in the second half, if this remains 3-3 in the next 15 minutes, or 4-4 if it's tied within the next 15 minutes.
Yeah, don't rule that out.
Exactly. It could. It would be 2 10-minute halves.
2 fives.
Fives. Oh,
2
thank
fives.
You. Thank you. So 2 5-minute halves of extra time. If they're still tied, they will go to penalties. Something I do enjoy because, again, there has to be a winner and a loser. I don't like the shared. I understand it. If it was me who lost, I'd be like, I'd rather share it. But, it's not the same feeling. It really isn't. It's to share a championship is a completely different feeling than having it just it's yours and that's it.
2 fives in the high school game, 2 10s in the college game. And it is not golden goal. You play the first 5, you take a quick break, you switch sides, and you play the next 5. If it comes to that. Cristiano De Silva goes back looking for Lima towards the middle. That was Carlos. Some fans wanted a handball. Official disagreed. Angel Sanchez and keep possession. Broken up. Nice play in the back line there by Daniel Martinez. McEntee outskirts of the 18. Shot corralled. No problem there for Julian Diaz. Low line drive kick on the vicinity of Hamilton Silva Jr. Chieftains continue to rotate their subs on and off the bench. St. Ray's a smaller roster. They are maximizing it.
It's crazy to think that we still have one more game left in this wonderful day of soccer, our D4 game coming up. It seems like it's already so late into the night. It's been dark for the last hour and almost hour and a half, I want to say.
It's going to be a free kick for the Chieftains. Not a ton of options here. Near side left, good 40 yards off the end line. Etheridge is going to take this dead ball.
He'd be a guy I want in there just because he can get up, but he places it well.
Good placement on that ball, and immediately a foul. It's a push-off going the other way.
Yeah, I saw that one all the way from here, and again, I had a guy in front of me, but I could just see when 2 people go up and one's falling forward, I'm going to assume you pushed him.
trying to man the touchline to no avail. Adrian Diaz. This one launched.
Ooh.
I think this is going to be a staying Ponagansett ball. No?
No, I think he's calling a foul there. Oh, no. It's a throw-in, but he's saying it is for St. Ray's.
Hard to tell.
I've been trying to follow. Unfortunately, the AR on this side didn't put up a flag, and because I don't think he knew. And obviously, the final calls from the head official, and I believe, yeah, he saw it was St. Ray's.
Etheridge. So we're into the 70th minute at Rhode Island College. Silva tried to roll around with the ball, cleared out by the Chieftains. Owen Allen. Up for Carlos. Carlos looking for some room to his right. Trying to give and go with Langlois. He had the last goal for Ponagansett. Quick throw in, blowing a tire was Langlois. No matter, comes to Etheridge. He'll launch, and that's knocked down by Diaz. Bounced it back up to himself. Short kick, side over side. Silva, far side for St. Ray's. That's out of play. In for Etheridge. Further for Carlos. Carlos a little too far ahead. He had the right idea there. He wanted to take off running, but he had to control the ball to an extent. This ball's not going to make it over the end line, I don't think. Ponagansett going to have to make a play on it. And this is going to lead to a pretty deep throw-in for St. Ray's. The options were limited, but a little too much patience shown there by the Chieftains. Throw-in from across the way. Ball bound for Silva. Coming back to the middle. Chartier watched as Etheridge made a play on the ball. Chartier able to take it back. Chartier. It's launched aside by Owen Allen. Here comes Etheridge. Etheridge trying to spring Cristiano da Silva. Broken up on a slide tackle. Deep throw in for the Chieftains. Starting to go back and forth a little bit more as we wind down in regulation. This is Patrick Ferns. Cross one up inside the box briefly. Back towards midfield. That's Jack Glue. He had that beautiful ball. Led to the first goal of the match.
He thought he was offsides. He stopped playing, and he didn't hear the flag go up or a whistle. You got to play to the whistle. Even if you know you're offsides, play. Because that could have actually been a goal-scoring opportunity, considering the St. Ray's players also thought he was offsides, and they stopped playing as well.
There's a reason the refs have whistles.
They're going to tell, right? Exactly. They're going to tell us what the calls are. Don't try to decide there on the field.
Da Silva and Angel Sanchez both go for the ball as Patrick Ferns emerges. Ferns springs himself, crosses near the 18 for Da Silva. Booted aside by Daniel Martinez from the midfield. Wyatt Carmozin launches ahead, and again, Martinez holds his ground. Far side, Hamilton Silva Jr. He gets hauled down, and that's a foul. Chartier in the center circle. Going to his left. Slow roller back for the middle. Miss Reginald Brown. Carlos engaged with Rosa. And they're going to get a foul on Rosa. Could have been Miguel Durango Ramirez, rather. Either way, free kick for Ponagansett. About 30 yards off the end line here. Really halfway between center and the end. This is a decent spot. Owen Allen will be targeted, or selected, I should say, for this free kick. Keep an eye on 15 in white. Etheridge, Jake Carlos as well, number 37. Allen's ready. He comes just inside the arc, and it did indeed graze the head of Etheridge. Well, it's out of play.
Yeah, unfortunately, just way off the mark there, and maybe he was looking for somebody to run off of his flick, but on the goal line and a goal kick.
Chieftains trying to really flip the field back in its favor. Ponagansett had a 2-goal lead. There's Jake Carlos. Carlos possesses. Got it ahead for Glue. Far side, Eden trying to keep it in, and he does. Ferns moves back up with a cross. In close to Silva. De Silva up over the crossbar. Who touched it last? Was it deflected by Julian Diaz?
They're calling offsides. They are calling offside. The flag went up.
So there you go.
I'm a little surprised by it because I actually thought that was the one time I thought De Silva was actually onside. The rest I thought he was off, and they kept calling him on. But that ball from Carlos should have gone out to that outside mid a lot sooner than it did. Granted, it still led to the same opportunity, but who knows? You could have had an even better opportunity. You really never know, and you had so much space too. It just the ball never got to him.
We are more than 75 minutes into this Division III final. All square, 3 goals apiece. Etheridge launched one across. His preferred target was Ferns. There's Glue. Swing and a miss. Shot out of a cannon. Here comes Reginald Brown. Brown able to connect. Not quite in stride. Daniel Martinez has it. He maneuvers back towards the middle. Now off to his left. Martinez up ahead for Brown. Brown broken up, but there's Silva. He's going to curl back. That's booted out of play. I believe that was by, or off of, I should say, the Saints. So the Chieftains sprinting back ahead. Up and down the field they go. Getting a little chippy out there.
It's been like that most of this second half. There's been a little bit of extracurriculars, and a few pushings and just kind of standing over each other and looking at each other, standing each other down after a foul. So it's, things you don't really want to see. I get that it's, we're all heated and, obviously the game means a lot, but, you don't want to get it too carried away with it.
Etheridge attacks from the far side right, crosses up, and it's caught by Julian Diaz. Cristiano De Silva tried to make himself tall, climb the ladder, no connection.
I mean, that's just phenomenal from Diaz, and that's the one that ultimately could just save them and send them into extra time here. But there's obviously going to be a few more opportunities with there being 3 minutes left, but they're going to stop the time here as a player did go down.
That was a collision between Joseph McFarland and Owen Allen. It's cold out there, so
any contact like that, I mean, it's going to really hurt, and hopefully he's all right.
We're going to take a break here very quickly on the NFHS Network, and we'll be back in the Division III final.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom. On the stage.
In the pool. On the field. Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Yeah! Be great.
Participate!
And we're back here. Quick break is Joseph McFarland, the sophomore for St. Ray's, making it off the field okay under his own power, moving slowly, but getting off.
Yeah, it's good to see. And hopefully we'll see him again in this game, but obviously with the 2:46 left and possible extra time, considering we don't know if there will be a goal in the next 2:46. But we hope to see him back, and like I said, it stings a little more because it's cold. That's all.
This is Reginald Brown. Knocked down by Glue. Glue once again heads that one into the turf. Reginald Brown loses the ball from Ferns. Able to get it back. That was courtesy of Daniel Martinez. Chartier rolls. Silva up in the area. Glue gives it a ride. Carlos upfield. Way outside right flank is Eden. He goes for Carlos. Carlos, some footwork. 3 Chieftains over in the area, and it's Carlos trying to bulldoze between. That goes off of a Saint defender. Going to be a corner kick for Pontigansett here in the 79th minute.
Take your time on this one. Make it count. Because the alternative is a possible counterattack for St. Ray's.
Jack Glue's going to handle this corner kick. Serves one up and caught by Julian Diaz.
He put that one right at the goal. That's one, you want to put it right between the 6 and the penalty marker.
Nice effort here near side. McEntee, and he almost blew a tire himself. Going to take advantage of the whip out there by Julian Diaz rather than the goal kick. Ball up for grabs. That's misplayed by the Chieftains. And having to clear it up is Owen Allen.
There's 2 things you call here. It's either the corner or you're calling the handball. I don't know which one I would want. I would probably want the free kick, I'll be honest with you. And I'm not really sure how they're not calling that a free kick. I mean, again, it's clear as day. I mean, he touched it with his hand outside the box. It's, again, he's the goalie. He could do it inside the 18-yard box, but they at least if it was a goal kick, now there's really an argument.
In the 80th minute, Saints will try to win it off a connection here. Nothing doing as of yet. About 20 seconds left in regulation. McEntee towards Etheridge. Swipe back. It's Reginald Brown towards the middle. Martinez can have one more chance to give it a ride. It's Etheridge. 80 minutes. Not enough between Pontigansett and St. Ray's. We're off to overtime in the Division III championship match. 2 goals for St. Ray's after falling behind 3-1 in the 41st minute. Travis Chartier on a PK in the 49th. 9 minutes later, it's Angel Sanchez, his second of the game. 2 5-minute periods coming up here on the NFHS Network. Gonna play them both. No golden goal. If we're still tied after those 2 5-minute periods, PKs. We'll see you on the backside of this timeout on the NFHS Network.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 12 million participants in America who take part in high school sports or activities.
The one thing, I mean, granted, it's different because, hockey OT, it's, sudden death. This, you play the full fives. 80 minutes. Not enough between Pontigansett and St. Ray's. Jake Levin back alongside David Blanchard for the first of 2 5-minute overtime periods. If a team scores a goal, while that will dramatically increase their chances of winning, it will not automatically mean so. 2 5-minute periods. You play 5, you take a quick break, you switch sides, you play 5 more. If you're still tied after that 10-minute total, then it's off to PKs. St. Ray's forced OT in the 58th minute, so we went the final 22 or so without a goal. Trailed 3-1. St. Ray's is now defending the goal to the right as they did in the first half. It was a goal from Pontigansett, Ian Etheridge in the 12th minute. Quick response. It was Angel Sanchez in the 14th. This is a free kick going to make its way out, and I believe the skim was off a Saint, and so a corner kick should be coming for Pontigansett here very early in the 81st. Pontigansett was able to take a 2-1 lead off a PK. That was in the 17th minute, courtesy of Cristiano da Silva. Went up 3-1 in the 41st, goal from Gavin Langlois. Back-to-back, though, for St. Ray's since then. Here's the corner kick. Good bend on the ball, and Diaz able to get a piece of it. Jake Carlos trying to grab possession. Instead, it's Chartier. He had the first goal of the comeback, the second goal overall for the Saints in the 49th minute. That was off a PK. Chartier actually missed a PK off the post to tie it. The Saints were able to score off that same sequence, though, not directly off a putback. They did have to go back up outside the 18. Quickly got ahead, and that was Angel Sanchez for the brace. There's your scoring recap. Will we have another goal to tell you about during overtime, or is it going to come down to PKs? There's Ian Etheridge. Etheridge, quick jump step, trying to head one. Carlos, and he heads it too high. Goal kick coming for St. Ray's.
Yeah, it's a miss hit off the head there, and he's going to be thinking about that one if St. Ray's is able to sneak one in here in this extra time, or if they end up losing in penalties as well.
Operating on the near side is Silva, the freshman. One of a couple freshmen who are playing big minutes for the Saints. He's up on the attack with Adrian Diaz. They have both had plenty of chances, particularly in the second half. Get to see Silva here on the near side of the field to start overtime. In the middle, Reginald Brown ahead, broken up by Kermolzen. Second tee in the outside for the Chieftains. Floats one out of play. This should be Saints ball on a throw-in in front of their bench. Angel Sanchez. Out of play. And it's awarded to Ponagansett. Just making Eden Lima back up a little bit, more than a little bit on the throw-in.
Yeah, he thought it was a few steps, and I still don't think he backed up, but
that's a handball on Ian Etheridge. Gonna give the Saints a free kick over midfield. Less than 90 seconds to go in overtime number 1. Fast-moving period.
It does move quick. You were right. I was trying to make a point to you off air saying that, well, in the Bryant UNH game, they scored early on in the extra time, sure, but if you don't, I mean, the half ends that fast. It really is. It's like a hockey overtime. Like, it's quick.
Here's Etheridge. De Silva sprinting. Booted out by Julian Diaz. And this is well over midfield into the grasp of Hamilton Silva Jr. He goes across, and that is going to be offsides on a ball intended for Adrian Diaz.
Yeah, he started that run too early. If he just waited an extra second, it's gone.
Langlois with a takeaway. He draws a foul. Going to be a free kick. Clock still ticking. This is a good spot for a free kick, about 30 yards off. A little offset to the right.
And again, make it so it's the last play.
Wyatt Karmozen, tasked with the entry, serves one up, and he tried to score. Well off the mark and wide. And it looks like that's going to do it for OT number 1. No point in the Saints forcing the issue here. Diaz kicks, and by the time the ball lands, we'll be set for a second 5-minute overtime period in the Division III championship game. Team switching sides, and I think it'll be a very brief stoppage here.
I think it's just a switch sides, too. I don't think there will be any break in the action.
So, no scoring. See what happens in the back half of OT.
So in reality, you're getting 10 full minutes of, extra time. It's just not going to be, on the same half, you're going to switch sides. Really, that's about it. Teams I see warming up behind the St. Raphael's net, trying to stay warm as they will kick off. I'm wondering if it does start right at 7:30 or if it's going to be closer to 7:45.
It was originally supposed to start at 7. I'd have to say that's out the window.
And 7 was cutting it real close, too.
It was optimistic.
Because the other games were 2.5 hours off, and then all of a sudden the nightcap was 7. So I was a little confused by that.
It was very optimistic planning on the part of the Interscholastic League. And, hey, the pace of play was excellent, as it usually is in soccer.
And then, of course, the one game that does go to extra time is the one that you thought would end a little early.
That's out of play off of Owen Allen.
And the game's just getting chippy now. At this point, it really is just send it to PKs because right now both teams are just getting way too physical. And then after every single foul, every single play, it's looking back at the ref saying, can you do something?
Chartier serves one up to the midfield. Kicked high by Durango Ramirez. Gavin Langlois. Stripped of the ball by Thiago Ramos. That shot going to sail wide. Paxton Allen races over to set for the goal kick. And he's going to hand one off to one of his backs to launch. I believe it'll be Karmozen. Line drive from Karmozen. Split off the head of Angel Sanchez. Lucas Rosa. This ball continues to volley around. Reginald Brown for Sanchez. They've been a formidable connection in this one. Here's Adrian Diaz. Up for Silva. The shot is high and caught. Nice job by Paxton Allen to not overreact. Here's Chartier, though. Inside 3 minutes to go in OT number 2. Nice ball to the flats. Finds Adrian Diaz. Tries to bring it back to himself. Thinks he was fouled. No call. And so sprinted along are the Chieftains. This is McEntee. Near side for De Silva. Exploded too far off his chest, but out of bounds there off of Joseph McFarland, who's okay after he left the match late in the second half.
See, good thing. You know, he's back out there. It's probably one of those that kind of just lost the wind, and again, it's cold too. It's going to sting. It's going to hurt. The adrenaline's what's keeping you going, though.
Chartier gave it away. Here comes De Silva. De Silva, nobody to beat except
the flag did go up. I thought it stayed down.
A card has been issued on Cristiano De Silva. Spiked the ball after the call, and you can't do that.
Yeah, again, it's one of those where it's frustration. Now it takes you out of the game, and I'm not sure how it works if you need to be subbed back in for penalties or if they can pick off the bench. I'm going to confirm that after this.
I'd have to imagine he'll be eligible for PKs.
Usually it's if you're on the field. If you're not on the field, you're not. So that's where I'm like, now you may have just put your team in an even more unfortunate spot here, unless your coach can get you back in. But I think they sit for a good amount of minutes, too, no? I know in Connecticut it used to be about 5-10 minutes.
Right. It's different state by state. It's different high school to college. We'll try and confirm it well, here you go. Silva's going to be checking back in, so he will, if we do indeed go to PKs, in all likelihood be eligible. Silva's back on. 90 seconds to go in the second OT. So, Dave, we do have a little explanation there.
Yeah, so confirmed it. So it's kind of a gentleman's agreement, as they said. It's,
I like that.
You have to be pulled off after the yellow, but you can go right back on afterwards. And then as for the penalties, you have to be on the pitch. So just like I thought for the penalty portion. It
makes sense.
Again, Connecticut a few years back, at least when I was playing, I know they had changed it recently, but it was one of those where if you got a yellow card, you have to sit for 5 minutes. You don't go right back in.
Shot out of a cannon near side. This is Adrian Diaz. Tried to find Reginald Brown. Back the other way, it's Grew. Broken up in the midfield by Miguel Durango Ramirez. Has Sanchez. Lobs one ahead for Brown. He gets a piece of it, and Grew. It goes back off Brown. He scores!
And the flag stays down this time. Almost cleared that one out and just unfortunately put it right back off of him. Still have to play the next 32 seconds, but it's hard to believe that Panagansett is going to be able to rally here in these 32 seconds and tie this up once again. And if that's how it ends, a very unfortunate way, considering how well they played defensively since allowing that third goal and in the entire time in this extra time.
The 100th minute. St. Ray's, down 2 goals in the second half, has taken the lead and is in excellent shape to go back-to-back here in Division III.
A little discussion, I believe the coach just received a yellow card for the excessive celebration and the entire bench heading over behind the net. But in all honesty, if I am the coach and that was my team, I'm celebrating the same way. I don't really blame him for having everybody run out there, but again, it's one of those gamesmanship things you just don't do.
De Silva. Everybody was lined up like they were on an NFL kickoff there for Panagansett. Racing back, getting the ball one more time. Carmosen. There's still enough time for a decent chance here if you're Panagansett. There's Etheridge. Etheridge looking for the rock. Looks back, and the flag is up. That's offsides.
No, he's saying it's a foul.
Foul, my apologies. Looks like that's how it's going to end. St. Ray's down 2 comes back. They win their second in a row, their third in the last 5 seasons. A dynasty brewing for the Saints. St. Ray's goes back-to-back. 2-goal lead. 2-goal deficit, I should say. Nothing doing for the Saints. Reginald Brown angled one off of a defender for the winner in the 100th minute. Second overtime. We've crowned 3 champions here. We're going to watch the third one get their medal. LaSalle in D1, North Smithfield in D2, St. Ray's in D3. Stay tuned not only for the trophy presentation, but also for the Division IV final between Woonsocket and Mount Pleasant coming up. I would say kickoff probably going to be just shy of 7:30 at this point here on the NFHS Network. So keep it here. Sign off from the booth for Robbie Johnson on production, Scott Tooker up top on camera, my broadcast partner David Blanchard, and of course Don Boyle, our executive producer. Back at NFHS Network headquarters, I'm Jake Levin. We'll see you next time from Rhode Island College.
Also at this time, Stephanie Guerrero, Communications Marketing Manager for Rhode Island FC, the Ocean State's new professional soccer club, will present St. Raphael Academy head coach Jose Escamilla and his team captains with a framed Rhode Island FC jersey to be hung in their school commemorating their 2023 championship. Congratulations to all on a great season, and thank you, RIFC, for your support of the Rhode Island soccer community. At this time, we will announce the Division III All Tournament team. From the semifinalists from Middletown,